Hey everyone, welcome back. So today I'm in my wife's workout room. As you can tell, I've got the Peloton, some weights, and there's really not much light in here. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be taking these Halo Canless lights from Home Depot, and I'm going to be installing them up there. I've got 4 of them. I'm going to put them equally throughout the ceiling here. And I'll just show you how easy it is. They go in quick, take a day of work, and I have a benefit of having attic access, so it makes it a little bit easier. So let's get to work. I'm going to start out by taking a stud finder and marking out where all the ceiling joists are, and that's just to help out with the planning of all the lights and see where they fall, make sure I don't hit any of those when I'm cutting the holes in. Now I'm going to take the dimensions of the room, I'm going to lay it out on a piece of paper, and I'm just going to split up the room into 4 quadrants, and then I'm going to find the center point inside of each quadrant, and that's where the lights are going to be, so they're all equidistant inside the room, and they all look like they belong. So now I just split these numbers again in half, and I'll have the exact measurements off of each wall to the center point. Now, measuring that out, I find that those measurements are actually falling exactly where a ceiling joist is. So I'm going to just fudge the numbers a little bit on all 4, and that'll get me away from that joist and I don't have to worry about it. Alright, so to cut the holes I'm going to be using one of these adjustable hole cutters, and you basically loosen these 2 blades up, make it as wide as you need it for the light itself, tighten them up, and you can cut your hole. And I like to adjust these to the light itself, so I'll open up one of these and we'll adjust this, and then we'll cut our first hole. And this one actually comes with a template, so we can even use that as a reference as well. So we've got the 6-inch version, clean slate here, and adjust it to this outside line here. So let's do that real quick. And one other thing, so this is the junction box that comes with it. You can adjust the color brightness here on the edge, and it's got 2 different options to feed the wire, the Romex in. You can either use this punch out, and you need a crimp style, or these that are integrated in. And I like to use these a lot more just because they are easier to use, and they hold the wire a lot better. So you can tighten it down with a screwdriver. So I'll be punching this out and using these. And then you want to keep an eye on how these wires are sitting in here. So as you can see, these come out of the bottom here this way, and then they've got these push pins and they sit up here. So if you feed a wire through here, through this end, you've got to run it this way, turn it, or turn these and try to squeeze these in. It's easier if you fed the wire through here, and everything is in the same orientation. And so your Romex is sitting this way, you can feed it right into these push pins. So just something to keep in mind. Also, when you close these, if you're putting these on maybe a basement in the ceiling where people will be walking upstairs, you get a little bit of a rattle to them. So if you set them up there, there's a little bit of vibration, you'll hear that rattling. So what I like to do is put just some electrical tape over the lid, and it holds it tight so there's very little or no rattle at all. Something to keep in mind. Also, if there's going to be a lot of vibrations, you might even consider using these wings here and actually mounting it to either the floor joist or whatever you have up there in the ceiling. Alright, so we've got this first loop connected, and so basically what we're going to do is we're going to run a wire from there to there, this one over to this one, and then do this last one between these two, and then a pigtail off of one of these is going to connect it to the existing light here. So we just got to figure out what our next step is, and I think I'm just going to do the same thing over here, connect these two, and then I'll have to get up into the attic and do the hard one that goes across here. Alright, so I've got that little tab opened up, so I'm going to feed a wire up into that box. It's going to be poking out up in the attic. And then I'm going to feed the fish tape through either this one or that one, and then I can make that connection. And then the last thing to do would be to connect either these two or these two together, and then we should be good to go. So let me get that, and then I'll head up into the attic. Alright, there's our Romex cable sticking out. Just gotta find where the fish tape is, connect the two, and we'll have power to that light. And then we just gotta run one more wire, connect those other wires. So let's do that real quick. Alright, so this is what we're left with. We've got wires sticking out of every hole, which is what we want. Now, the only thing that's left is connecting them all up in those junction boxes that came with the recessed lights. So, and then at the very end, we'll connect that power one, and we should be good to go. So let's start connecting all of these up. Alright, we've got everything hooked up. Here's the moment of truth. So much better in here. There's so much more light in here. All within a couple hours of work. Got to do some paint touch up around that light there. Awesome. Well, check out my links in the description. I'll have links to all these lights, the hole cutter, the fish tape, everything that I've used in this video. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments. See you guys on the next one.